A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant, but a bad master. And all so-called civilized peoples have increasingly become crazy and self-destructive because through excessive thinking they have lost touch with reality. Most of us would have rather money than tangible wealth, and a great occasion is somehow spoiled for us unless photographed. And to read about it the next day in the newspaper is oddly more fun for us than the original event. This is a disaster. To get in touch with reality, there is an art of meditation, of what is called yoga or jhana in India, Chan in China, and Zen in Japan. It is the art of temporarily silencing the mind, of stopping the chatter in the skull. Of course, you can't force your mind to be silent. That would be like trying to smooth ripples in water with a flat iron. Water becomes clear and calm only when left alone.
Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Snow's piling up in the UK. Everyone's emailing me. They're burning up. You've reached boom time, and we're going to be talking about it. If you stick with us, atmospheric river is pummeling California's Sierra with feet of snow, topping February records. Holy macaroni. Oh! I knew that was going to hurt.
Now, this new video just released from Wisconsin's largest vehicle pileup in state history. The dash cam video shows the conditions that were in the area in the minutes leading up to the first crash, and then here the domino effect of crashes that followed.
If you don't know how to drive, you shouldn't be driving. Dramatic 911 calls for a 131 car pileup. We got demonetized for showing you footage. Another atmospheric river event is pummeling California with feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains, shattering February records at some ski resorts, while also triggering flooding, rock slides, mudslides to lower elevations. Cities are being cut off. We're going to get to it. Heavy snow continues to pound the Sierra, generally above 5,000 feet, while rain persists in the lower elevations of Northern California. Sierra cement is pummeling the area. Gusty winds also expected into the evening in some locations. Total frustrations, Caltrans District 3. Sierra chaos, I-80 closed, avalanche shuts down Amtrak. Holy crap. Truckee, CBS, San Fran, a winter storm front, completely muted. Let's see if we can hear this particularly Asian man talk about something. What's going on?
Joining us, I'm Kenny Choi. This is your Picks Now update. Here are some of the top headlines. Right now, we are hearing explosive testimony from President Trump's former personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
That guy, Michael Cohen, he could suck it. All right, that's where the snow is. Let's move it up. Stick with us. Officials at Squaw Valley said they had
up in the Sierra, I-80 has been shut down between the Nevada state line and Colfax. You can see why. There's plenty of snow on the roadways, creating hazardous conditions. No word yet on when it'll reopen. Now to a live look outside from our San Jose camera. We can see plenty of raindrops on the lens there as showers continue across the Bay Area this morning. Let's check in with Mary Lee for a look at high-def Doppler.
And Kenny, the good news, the worst of it is over. So widespread, heavy, steady rain and strong winds, that has come to an end. Now we're not done just yet with the wet weather. Still looking at scattered light rain showers across high-def Doppler, and you can see the location still getting that wet weather from Yountville down through Napa,
I'm getting wet
as
right now
well
watching
as
the weather.
Vallejo.
Holy shit, where's
rain
the weather? Officials at Squaw Valley said they had smashed their all-time record snowfall in a single month. So far this February, the resort has gotten 300 inches of snow, 25 feet. You fill in the blanks. Shattering their previous monthly record of over 100 inches. Shattering it by 100 inches. That is 33% more snow if you don't know statistics. Or percentages, however you want to look at it. An all-time mark for any single month by 18 inches. That's inches. The most snow ever recorded. We're about to cover it again and again and again. Sierra Ski Resort hits 300 inches of snowfall in February, and that smashed monthly records, which are not schmeckers. They're records, and they be kept for your benefit. Do a dab. I know. Amazing setup there. Amazing production. I love that music. It totally relaxes me. And if I can pause this so these people won't interrupt us. But we're all froze up. That's what happens when you come to the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. You get froze up. Squaw Valley Alpine Meadows Ski Resort hits 300 inches of snowfall for February, which is not a Schmebruary, smashing monthly records by over 100 inches. We are completely redundant at the ski resort. Squaw Valley came away from the most recent storm with 42 inches in 24 hours. Hours of powers. That means divided by 2, 21 inches per hour. According to the National Weather Service, the mountain smashed the previous February record by more than 100 inches. The resort reported, and the record for the most snow of any month ever recorded by 18 inches. Any month ever recorded. And that's tonight's first boom. And Al Gore can suck it. And if you have chickens and they're dead, you can pluck it. Because that's how we do it. That's how we do it up here. We're going to be clicking things and uploading to keep you fresh and current. I love currants. They grow wild here. We have over 8 varieties. And it is boom time. Tahoe snowplow driver hits buried car and finds woman alive inside. Have you heard about this? Heads up. This is the golden story of the day. Now, this woman says she was inside of her car for 4 to 5 hours, but many officials think she might have been here for days. In a haze. A homeless woman was found inside of her car, buried in snow in South Lake Tahoe after a snowplow inadvertently hit her car, according to officials. And here's the strap that opened the door. The 48-year-old woman was found alive and well February 17th after a snowplow operator hit her car, which had been completely buried, according to a notice of the City of South Lake Tahoe website. Now, more information is coming out. The plow operator and police who responded to help dig the car out had no idea there was a person inside until they saw a hand pressed against the window. That had to be the freakiest day of their lives. It's a first for me. But we also haven't seen storms that dump this much snow this fast ever. It's a unique winter for us, Laney said, rescuing a woman who was buried alive in her car. Are you kidding me? Whew. Someone's listening to the prayers, but they're not listening to the prayers in the flooded Russian River Valley, submerging several Sonoma counties where they can only be reached by boat right now. And we have the data because we are scientists at the Weather Ready Nation map area, Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Check it out. We're at the USGS current. There's the asterisks for those pricks. And we're peaking. We're peaking because we did tons of mushrooms and we're about to hit the top and we're going to come off slowly. And it's after we peak, it's going to take about a day for us to come down. But we're still peaking at 71,300 cubensis per second. It's a peak, folks, and it's peaked. So if you're tweaked, this is the highest it will get. We regret to tell you, or you regret to be there. That went from 10,000 to 80,000 real quick. Whew. That's 15 feet on the gauge height. Up to 47 real quick. That could be flood zone. That could be, you could be buried. One of the strongest Arctic outbreaks of winter is ready to surge into the lower 48 early this March. Whew. But the Russian River is flooded. And let's look at some footage, which is not schmootage. And it's actual footage, but we just erased it. We had it all parsed up. And we just showed you the footage from Guerneville, which is not a Schmernville. And why do they want to constantly...
Businesses and homes, a flood warning is still in effect.
Oh my God, it's like hard work. Do it, Dad.
Local emergency. Days of that heavy rain, pushing the Russian River into neighborhoods. Here's the very latest on the river level. The Russian River in Guerneville is expected to crest at 10 o'clock tonight, nearly 46 feet, and that would be its highest level since 1997.
We just showed you the river at 47.5 feet. So, this is old news, probably 24 hours ago. Continue with your dab process.
3,600 people are under evacuation orders. They live in 24 communities along the river, from Jenner to Wilson Grove. That includes Guerneville, where we've seen significant flood damage. We have team coverage on this flood emergency, and we begin with Wilson Walker, who is near flooded Guerneville. Wilson?
Yeah, the town of Guerneville almost entirely underwater, but it doesn't stop there. The western end of Sonoma County has been hard hit by this flooding. Just about everywhere you go, you will run into some type of effect of this disaster. It is hard to escape it. The view from Chopper 5 shows the devastation in Guerneville. Roads are now rivers, and the only mode of...
Now, I want you to notice how concerned these actual mainstream media pricks are. They're so concerned. This is unprecedented. They had no idea this was coming. This is bullshit. These are the most unprepared, unscientific, unlearned sheeple that could ever be put in these positions. And their reporting is just as pathetic as the events that are unfolding before your very eyes and before your very lives that we have all predicted. We all knew this was going to happen. If not the Russian River, it's the next river. And again and again. So continue watch the puppets talk about absolutely nothing and be so concerned about your lives. They're so concerned. I need to do a dab. They're so concerned.
Of transportation is by boat. Take a look at this intersection, now a dead end. The river has risen so high, two of the roadways now just lead to more water.
The current situation is we've got deputies in Guerneville helping people. The evacuation time really has passed. We're not able to evacuate any more people out of Guerneville because the water has risen and the roads are impassable.
These people did not evacuate. We spotted them on a rooftop, one woman sitting in her lawn chair. Now, we did catch up with one couple who did get out.
These things are fast changing, and you do need to pay attention. This is the third time we've been evacuated over the last 3 or 4 months in different parts of California, but that's life.
The force of the water that came through here strong enough to make this home crumble. You can see that the water and American flag still standing outside. And check this out. A CHP rescue chopper landed on the only dry spot in downtown Guerneville, a street surrounded by water. All right, now getting around anywhere out here is incredibly difficult. Roads are blocked for all kinds of reasons, whether it's just standing water, mudslides, trees down, you name it, it's unfolding somewhere out here. Now, we showed you Guerneville right there, which is clearly seeing the worst of this. Come back up the river a little bit, you get to a town like Forestville. Now, I went through there and ran into Craig and Jane Cochran. They pulled their canoe down their driveway and gave us a little tour of their town today.
We are on Sunridge Avenue in Forestville, right. There are many more houses. The entire town of Guerneville is underwater. They're flooded.
You're saying a lot of these houses have been raised before, but not all of them.
Yes, not all of them. Many of the houses, due to the flooding, have been raised up sometimes two full stories to be above even the largest floods.
All right, so you can see the result there in that little stretch of Forestville that flooded. The homes that were raised did okay. The homes that were not almost entirely submerged there. So, and as you heard, not much more in the way of evacuation right now because getting around is so difficult. So there are boats and National Guard trucks out running around trying to find something. But until the water comes back, getting around is just so difficult that it's hard to get much accomplished.
Man, it's hard to watch this D-bag pretend to be concerned. Like he had no prior warning. There was nobody out there to help him. He didn't do proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. When you're reporting on grand solar minimum effects and record snow and epic melt-off, which has been happening time immemorial. These same floods happened 100 years ago. This is not unheard of. What's unheard of is the amount of development in the areas where these floods will continue to occur. Now, along the Russian River in Sonoma County, officials says the towns of Guernsville and Monterey are completely isolated, only accessible by boats, and this is going to continue for quite some time. Probably 18 to 24 hours. Then the waters will recede. One of the strongest Arctic outbreaks of winter is ready to surge into the lower 48 early in March. And it's unprecedented. The amount of low temperatures that will be recorded through March 8th and the area that it covers. And notice that they don't include all of Canada. All of Canada is going to be in the dark purple. We're talking millions of square miles, over 2 million square miles, record cold temperatures through February 7th, 2019. Record, all ever recorded, ever, forever, ever, never, ever. Millions. Did you hear me? Millions of square miles, well below average temperatures. National Weather Service record-breaking snowfall in Medford and Roseburg. Heads up, Oregon. While record-setting snowfall in southern Oregon, the National Weather Service said residents should remain cautious after a 115-mile backup the other day. Yeah, I would remain cautious. Stay inside. You should be prepared already. We warned you a year ago. Apparently you didn't subscribe yet. But you were already warned of what was happening. Oh, my goodness. If they only knew. Check this out. Holy shit. Missoula sees record snowfall, but Bitterroot gets biggest dump with 26 inches in Stevensville. No, I have not. Look at that footage. That's what my snowblower looks like. Paul Standen grimaces as his snowblower shoots snow over the fence into his yard, which is now a shard after winter storm coated Missoula Monday night. To quite a fright. Missoula chalked up a daily snowfall record of 8.6 inches of fluff, more than 8 inches recorded in one day in 1972, according to National Weather Service. Yeah, 0.6 inches more. Al Gore's a whore. That one goes back a long time, said meteorologist Leanne Algretto, who regretted to be named that on Tuesday morning. But Algretto, a.k.a. the Regretto, who is still wading through water and weather reports, said the big winners are the Bitterroots. Stevensville saw 26 inches. Hamilton, 25. Lolo, say it ain't so, 24. Florence saw 23. And Victor, wow. I love those records. 18 inches they actually were. Or was that the speed? I don't know. I don't do speed anymore. Al Gore's a whore. Record snowfall has snowblowers flying off the shelves. Well, I hope you already bought one. If you didn't, they cost double. Wausau, Wisconsin. With the crazy amounts of snow we've seen this month, people have been reaching for their shovels and their backs are blowing out. And they're looking for snowblowers. Yeah, we haven't been able to get stuff fast enough. It's been a unique year. And if we actually listened to Diamond at the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, we'd be millionaires. Because we would have pre-ordered thousands of these babies. And they would already be in homeowners' hands, blowing the snow and ho, ho, ho. But we're pricks. We believed in global warming, so we only stocked 4. And now we're idiots. Wah, wah. Talk about losing out on an opportunity. You know who's not losing out? We're not. And other people that are capitalizing on the effects of the grand solar minimum, the magnetic reversal, and things that are happening in your future. If you didn't buy silver when I told you to, you've already lost 11%. That sucks. If you didn't buy Litecoin when I told you to at $29, it's at $47. Holy shit, I doubled my money in 2 months. Extreme cold keeps killing emerald ash borer. That's good news. Global warming alarmists said that this cold wouldn't kill any of the bugs killing our forests. And they were lying to you because extreme cold keeps killing emerald ash borer up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Smokeboda. Look at these totals. They're not schmodals. Let's go 48 hours in. It's a sin. Central Colorado picking up the winner. Heads up, Vale. Steamboat Springs, northern Utah, and look at the Sierras. And the snow will continue to dump in the Sierras over the next 3 days. Heavy snow moving into central Colorado, bringing us a winter storm warning watch. And yes, the southern Appalachians are going to pick up quite a piece. March 3rd through the 4th. 2 events striping the region. Nor'easter much? It's a beaster. And that secondary system in the south we're looking at to hit right here, March 5th. Now predicted to wipe a stripe right up your ass in the southeast. We're going to be watching this as heavy snow pummels. Look at that. Look at this river season. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Insane Idaho totals. The Sierras picking up 10 more feet. Holy macaroni. GFS models for Europe showing that all the people that have been emailing me about their summer vacation this winter in the UK, it will not stay. We're looking at freezing temperatures to inundate the region March 5th. Yeah, it's going to be chilly there. Check out your March 8th. I hope you didn't plant shit in the north. So this grand solar minimum pattern is unpredictable, and we could even see April snows. Here's the total snowfall for Europe. March 9th, and there's your 10th. over 20 centimeters in some regions here in the UK, in central UK. Heavy snows through the Alps, and then snow moving through southern Spain and even into North Africa. And Siberia is absolutely going to be obliterated. Norway may tilt, and this is southern Norway. So, winter's not over. It will be extended into spring, as we predicted, and it will sting. And that's a ding ding. There's 19 centimeters there, central UK. So if the buds are pushing, the buds will be freezing, and the fruit will be losing. 1-2 punch of snow, extreme cold slams Toronto on Wednesday. Watch above hoser. Heavy snowfall began Wednesday morning in the Toronto area and is expected to continue all day. Hey. Traffic was slow and tow trucks were already busy and storm got underway. Snow should ease up by 7 p.m. in Toronto and most of the GTA with snow totals near 20 centimeters, which are not schmeters. That's 2 decimeters. Yeah. City of Toronto announces 24-hour pet warming centers amid extreme cold weather alert. City of Toronto announces 24-hour pet centers amid cold warning alert. Extreme cold warnings over Alberta. This is how you have to dress to run. You have to put your oven mitts on, for Christ's sake. Gareth Williams was about to take his pizza out when he decided to take a jog. Heads up. Calgary could see some flurries in the morning. With a high of minus 12 C, wind chill of minus 34 C is expected in the morning, which could freeze your ass off, especially if you stay out there for more than 15 minutes. Seismic update. No quakes killed anybody. It's anyone's guess until we explode, but it's going to be soon. And that's a boom. Holy sh... I got to stop that. Now, someone sent me... Anyway, volcano news eruption updates. Barren Island. Eruption continues. Strombolian activity. The volcano remains active as satellite images from earlier today show a boom boom and an earlier uptick of a boom boom. Look at the graphs. They prove it. So does this puff right here on top of the island, which is... Let's just go to volcano. Let's look at the regular update. Can we do this? No. Of course we can't. Watch this. Bear with us. Do we have connectivity? Yeah, it's done. Stick with us, kids. We have a satellite. Worldwide volcano news update. Fuego, Shivalush, Ibu, Sabancaya. There's a puff there at Popo. There's a Popo puff. I might have to do one soon. Dukono, volcanic ash advisory to 8,000 feet. Fuego, continuous thin volcanic ash cloud. Sabancaya, boom! Sporadic emission to 27,000 feet. That's 5.5 miles. Holy shit. Shivalush blowing up to 13,000. Ibu, 7,000 feet. I know I have 2 feet. And if you want to know the data, learn how to follow the links. I know, it stinks that you actually have to do something to learn. But have a cookie! Asteroid-powered volcanoes killed the dinosaurs, scientists say. Man, they're making up more crazy shit than ever before. Asteroid-powered volcanoes. They just don't want to pick up what we're putting down. So they have to make up fairy tales, which basically tickle my ass. My God, did I say that? Holy shit, I just erased China. That's pretty important. Let's parse that up. Record snowfall has snowblowers flying off the shelves. Yeah, we covered that. We got several videos to share with you, and we'll probably get demonetized, but we don't give a shit as long as you're prepared and you're not scared.
Hi, everybody. Radical Gardner. How are you?
Hi,
on
Radical
this
Gardner.
Windy Sunday. Boy, is it windy out there. So they're telling us here in eastern Michigan that we're going to have 65-mile-an-hour winds. That's going to be the, gusting up to that. And
Guys, if you don't know about the radical gardener, you now know. Now, she's been a friend of the channel since the rip. And that's Kate Hart, the radical gardener. She lives in Detroit, I believe, in the Windy City. Or something like that. Which is not important. What is important is the information she shares on her channel. We need you to subscribe to it tonight. There'll be links below. And we had a 1-hour interview tonight that was amazing. Well, actually, it was this afternoon. Which she's going to put up on her channel tomorrow. And we'll share it in tomorrow night's update. But I also secretly recorded it while she was recording it. So we'll share our version as well tomorrow. But what's important is you come over to her channel and support it now. And I'll show you how. You go find the link to the Radical Gardener, you subscribe, and you watch the show.
And that we may have sustaining winds of 45 miles an hour. So
that's how you do that. Let's talk about Al Gore, that mother-in whore. Let's do a dab. Tornado fail. Dab number 3. IPCC, suck it! UN, you can suck it too. If you're doing it, hey, if you're doing a dab, you can suck it too. Cosmic Ray Flux Smudge. Dab number 4. Al Gore's a whore. That was hot. And I am really high. Oh my God. I can't even tell you why. Come over here to 10 of Al Gore's predictions from an inconvenient truth epic fail. Give him a thumbs up. I just did it. Subscribe to their 16 channels and bring them up to 100 tonight. And tell them who Diamond is. Because that was an awesome video. And they deserve it. Now, oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that at all. This is an email coming directly from NOAA, from their top scientist. And we're going to be doing a video on what it says. His name is Howard Diamond, of all things, PhD. How could it be? Now, this pseudoscientist, the climate science program manager at NOAA's Air Resources Laboratory, actually thinks he's doing science. And we're going to break this email down in such epic detail that it will blow your mind how insignificant and what type of tool baggery is going on at the highest levels. And this is in response to some back and forth between Ben Davidson at Suspicious Observers and others, directly talking to the top of NOAA. And Mr. Diamond says if more of the solar terrestrial work needs to be considered by the IPCC, that may be the case. I do not know. Why haven't you looked at the data, you fucking fraud? But if that is the case, then I would encourage you to pursue that and try to synthesize the peer-reviewed papers that Ben has noted to me and find where the specific climate-related aspects have been missed. Well, how about you miss the boat on solar forcing, you prick? This guy is supposed to be the top climate specialist, and he doesn't know about solar forcing, and he hasn't considered it, and he is the head of NOAA? I need to smoke a boa. We at NOAA do not control the IPCC. We subscribe to what they do. I need you to... We at NOAA do not control the IPCC. We subscribe to what they do. That sounds like you're a bitch. And some of our scientists are part of the next assessment due out in 2021. Well, if you don't know that the sun controls climate and you don't use it in your models, then you are not climate scientists, Mr. Diamond. You're an embarrassment to climate science. You're an embarrassment to climate in general. You're an embarrassment to science. You should be embarrassed. You will be embarrassed when I put out my video, which rips apart this pathetic attempt. Howard Diamond, not a PhD. What is he? He's a professor of not knowing anything. Let me just go up and tantalize you. To say that we ignore solar terrestrial physics is simply incorrect. That's what he's claiming. To say that we ignore it is incorrect. We just don't include it in our models. If more of the solar terrestrial work needs to be considered, damn it, come on, computer, work with me. If more of it needs to be considered by the IPCC, that may be the case. I do not know. I do not know. The top guy at NOAA doesn't know if the sun should be included in climate science. Top guy at NOAA does not, I do not know. I'm about to stick my foot up this prick's ass. So deep. It will make World War III look like a playground fight. World War III, safest countries in the world to escape to in the event of a disaster. Yeah, we call that a cave. Links below. NASA asteroid warning. Radars track 1.2 kilometer asteroid for possible collision December 2019. If Michio Kaku has anything to do with it, it's bullshit. And if the Express has anything to do with it, I don't even need to read this. Oh, okay. Boom! China is testing Mach 6 weapons with magnetized plasma. Holy sh... I hope I have enough bullets. My bullets aren't plasma, but they certainly kill you. The Chinese military is preparing to test magnetized plasma artillery capable of firing hypervelocity rounds at speeds in excess of Mach 6, which means the back of your skull liquefies 6 times at the speed of sound, Chinese media reports said. Holy sh... I need those bullets. Now. Please show me how I can get some. Subscribe to the channel now. Share this with like-minded people. Plant seeds. It's almost March. If your pot's not in the ground by now, you're not cashing in. Thanks to our Patreons, all our one-time donors, and Alan, who needs to get the out of Dodge. Be safe. We love you.